Don't you hate hearing, just be positive, stop being so negative? Like as if you can just stop, right? But I'll tell you now that you might see me as positive, but I am a pessimist. I wake up and my first thoughts each day are very pessimistic. I'm laying there and I'm opening my eyes and I'm just thinking about the day. And the first thing that pops in my head is, what could go wrong? Zzz, like a thought just passes through me. And then another one. Zzz. What happens about 5 minutes later, every morning, is I stop it and I give myself a chat. Right, but am I just trying to be positive? No, I don't believe in positive and negative, okay? I believe in constructive and non-constructive way of handling life. It's like, Maz, how can you be so negative and still, kind of attract good shit into your life? Well, it's because of a different way of doing it. A lot of people do it and they just go, why me, why me, why me? And it's like, well, don't ask a question that you can't get an answer to, because that's going to keep you asking that question and you'll never ever get an answer. If you start asking it, now on your deathbed, you'll still be asking the same question because there is no answer. So it's actually the question asking that's the problem. I stop myself and I say, right, am I seeking a solution for this problem? Or am I asking a question that can't be answered? And I also say, is this in my control? Or is this out of my control? Is this something I could fix somehow, right? Is it possibly fixable? And I go, so how am I responsible for that? Like, what could I do about it? First of all, I have to know how I contributed to the problem occurring or to eventuate. Where did I go wrong? That's a better question. If it's something I could control, I can then ask that question. What could I have done differently? Positivity is not the secret to success. I think it's got a lot less to do with it than what we have given it credit for, because if I'm such a pessimist, how the hell do I end up here? Number one, is this in my control? Number two, I need to own my stuff. Where's the trigger moment where this person or this issue came from? Where's the seed in my life where if that seed never occurred, this problem couldn't exist? And then asking the right question, what could I have done differently that if it were to happen again, I would change? That is a great way to be a pessimist, right? So now it's like, I've taken responsibility. Is it in my control? Yes. Taken responsibility, okay, that there would have been a starting point where this entered my life. One of the things, you didn't listen to your gut. That's one of the biggest reasons we're all stuck. We don't listen to our gut. We listen to our head, or we let the other person justify and explain stuff, and it goes through this filter, these ears, this filter, instead of feeling the whole person's or the whole issue, the energy around that issue, and sitting in your gut. Does this feel like this is right for me? Does this feel like this is good for me? It's all about coming back to your gut instinct and remembering to let that drive you. Now get real. What are the signs that person that I didn't listen to, what occurred in that moment, so that next time I could recognize it? So this is how you don't start a new negative pattern in your life. The other thing is to address the problem now though, and clear it now. Ask yourself really solution-focused, oriented questions. Like, for me to get to the other side of this problem, what has to occur? What am I in control of that can help bring that about? So all of this, notice all of this analysis here is not in a positive state, but it's a positive thing to do. In striving to be positive, could you be suppressing yourself and causing a pattern to continue? How are you going to fix it? They don't dissolve on their own. That's one way of helping yourself not create ingrained patterns that you will perpetuate. For me, being pessimistic and negative is natural. Okay, I don't care about trying to be positive because I worked out long ago that it's like, oh, just be positive. It causes me to push down the problem even further and deny it and pretend it doesn't exist. Well, it's going to come up like a boil, like a volcano one day. So why not address it? Put some time aside. Yes, focus on it, but ask different questions. Instead of why me, say, how could I have not had this occur in the first place? At what point? At what point was I responsible for listening to my gut but didn't?